How's it going, everybody? Happy Tuesday, I guess. Today's Tuesday, right? How's it going? I saw Whiskers. Who was it first? I saw John? Steve. Steve Barr was here and Whiskers right away. Ken Nicolas Milobi. IoT Hoff. Nicolas Nicolau. How's everybody doing? Alex Welch is here. Hey, everybody. How are you doing? Carlo, I saw Carlo was looking on the Discord to see when the stream was going to start. And that was one of the things that reminded me that I needed to do that. I was working on the bug today. Spent some time working on El Buggo. Hey, Bearded Tinker. Got some good videos, my friend. Thank you for doing that. I was thinking we need to do what videos did you watch this week that were helpful to you? Let's start there. What do you say? Let's start there today. Let's go to Bearded Tinker's channel. Have you guys seen his stuff? He's done some good stuff. A lot of Home Assistant stuff. Bearded. Yes, okay. I've been in the garage all day. I'm a little lumpy in the head. So here's some things he's done. Discord, AppDaemon. I was looking at how to do Twitch, World Tides. Oh, that's cool. So if you're like near the ocean or something, so you see when the tide comes up. Open UV, air visual, mold indicator, open sky, dark sky. I mean, this dude's like going through all of the add-ons and saying, oh, hey, this is how you make it work. This is how you make it work. It's genius. It's really awesome. And it's not too hard, right? These things aren't too hard, but sure is nice to have somebody walk you through it like that. Home panel AdGuard was the one I started watching while we were driving because I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to start using AdGuard. Do you guys use AdGuard? Who uses AdGuard? 1,500, still 1,500 to go. 1,500 more add-ons. That's all right. You got time. You got time. Going live, just tested Bearded Tinker's tutorial on Twitch notifications on live streams. Fantastic. And it worked for this? Awesome. Happy Tuesday from the UK. Really into home automation. Love your YouTube channel. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. So here's a fun... Yo, Dr. Snoozy. Good to see you online. Thank you, Baz. Yeah, so we were gone for the weekend. It's a holiday weekend here for President's Day. So we were off Monday, but we also took the kids out of school Friday, and we were gone the whole weekend. We had a family reunion with my mom, my sisters, some aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff down in Las Vegas. So we did that. And then yesterday, Dawson had a little soccer tournament in St. George. It's about 4 hours south of us. And we stayed at this kind of fancy house with a whole bunch of people that were on the team. And I was talking to one of the dads from a different team. There's two different age groups. And anyways, I was talking to a dad from another team, and he's like, how do I know you? Like, I tell him, well, my son plays here. No, that's not it. It's not your son. And he said, oh, yes, we will check out your channel. And that's what are we fixing today is not what are we fixing today. That's I know you. I know your little symbol there. But I do like the name of the channel. Anyways, my point was, the long story getting longer, was that this fella, he goes, do you make YouTube videos? I said, yeah. Actually, I do. He's like, oh yeah, stuff about lights. I was watching your stuff about lights, and so that was funny. Just random dude in St. George, semi-random. Did I enjoy the Super Bowl? Yeah, Super Bowl was cool. Super Bowl was cool. So Bearded Tinker has some good stuff. Let's look at. I like this. What are we fixing? I like the name for sure today. And it's our good friend, Sir Good Enough. Is that you? What are we fixing today? The nice thing about a channel like this is you can do whatever you want, right? Like you can seriously do whatever you want. You're going to cut the bolts off the toilet seat? Go for it. Easy fire module. Nice, man. Okay, I'm already subscribed. You know that. Well, good times, man. Good job. Check him out. Check him out. What are we fixing today? Seems like a good thing to do live, too. AdGuard works well. Good. I want it to work well. I was watching. Here's a dude you guys know. There's no surprise here. Did you guys see this video from Andres? He did Raspberry Pi 4 with an SSD to make it reliable and fast. And I watched it and it was good. I might do it. But I certainly can't say, oh yeah, that's ready for everybody. I would like to think it is, but it's just not. I think the Pi people still need to make it, sort of the standard thing. And they haven't done that yet. They've made it possible, but they haven't done it the standard thing. Not going to China? Yeah. You're not Jerem. I'm Jarrett. Oh, you're not Jarrett. I'm Jarrett. I'm not Jarrett. You're Jarrett. Yeah, I was going to China. You're not coming to China. Is that right? Yeah, I'm not going. Are you in China? Not going doesn't mean am going, right? No, I'm not going. We would be there. We would be like right now. We would be there right well, we wouldn't be landing quite yet, I guess. But we would have left this morning. So, and so instead of that, I've got a long list of things that I'm going to try and get done while I'm here. We'll go through my to-do list. It has a lot to do with the bug, but there were some other things like, as Seville Natus just asked, did I get Blue Iris issues resolved? Yes, and what I did was just ditch that computer that I bought and just put it back on my main computer here. And now it works like a champ. I should be able to just pull it up, I think. Here it is. Yep. Bing! There it is. There it is. And now I even added extra cameras. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cameras. It's at 47, 45%, but I'm also streaming. All right. So this is OBS processing video as well. So, burgers. Yeah, we can do burgers. Burgers are on my list. It just has to be short burgers. I gotta keep moving. How's it going, Tyson? So anyways, yeah, it's working now, and I'm just running it on this computer that I use. And I think going through and making the changes that you should make to get it. Oh yeah, hey, Hookup Rob's here, but he's not on Hookup Rob. Yes, that's the UI 3. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can see the little right there. UI 3. Is that good or bad? Is there another I should use? Anyways, it's working well now. I've got no issues with it. Everything is coming up pretty nice. Well, of course, except whatever that is. Demux or error. Interesting. I wonder if it's that particular camera. Oh, anyways, that's weird. Okay, leave me alone. Yep, that's the live shot of the backyard. See how green my grass is? This is the toy room where the boys sit and play Xbox, so I can keep an eye on them. Mrs. Z's is down there doing stuff. Got the front door, got one up in the driveway. This one I can move to a different spot, and that's me. Hello. Hello. All right, Jeremy Taylor just subscribed. Fantastic. It's time to do a little bit of beach song. The grass is always green. Yeah, it is for me. Oh, good. UI3 is the bomb. Oh, good. It's awesome. I do love it. That's for sure. How's it going? How's it going, Seamus? Let's see. You could try Bad Nest, but I ditched my Nest due to lack of API. Wise in Europe. Oh, somebody's asking about cameras. You know, I had somebody ask me, a friend here that lives by us, that asked me about cameras, what I would recommend for them. And I think if you're not gonna do, if you're not really gonna get in and tinker with it, if you don't want to go PoE and Blue Iris and get really into things, Wise is just perfect, just good enough, you know. Hey, all right, Thomas Pendergrass, thanks for subscribing. Let's do this unicorn one. I like that one. You like the clips view even more than the standard. Ooh, what's the clips? Oh, over here. Oh yeah, where it shows you the clips over here. That was me last night when I went to bed. That's funny. This was just somebody's headlights on the front of the house last night. Was it last night? Yeah, this morning. 1:25. Yeah, that is about the time I went to bed. Eesh. Egad. Wise, WYZE, like the Wise cameras. What's this we're looking at? This is Blue Iris. This is Blue Iris, Alex. This is Blue Iris, and this is the web UI for Blue Iris. So I can look at this on any PC in my house or phone or tablet, and I can do, thank you, Tyson, and I can do, what was I going to say? Oh, if you have VPN, you can see it from anywhere, right? VPN. Or they do have a way that you can make it available. You can just open a port if you want to do it that way. But you were saying it slowed down. You know what, Will? That was my fault for buying a junky computer, not knowing what I was doing. That's the bottom line. I think if somebody is gonna do Blue Iris, there is a recommended hardware list, and I would definitely should have read that before, but I didn't really understand what I was getting into. All right, Rafat. Boy, we are just going through all of our little things. Thanks for subscribing. Blue Iris hardware. Not acceleration. I just want to go hardware. Choosing hardware for Blue Iris. So they give you here what to do. Here's, if you guys, I'll copy this for everybody that wants to do it. Get a dual Xeon 1U server. JD, I don't know what that means. I don't know what I know Xeon is a processor. I don't know what a 1U server means. So anyways, I bought an i7 7500, and in my mind I'm thinking, oh, well, 75, that's higher than 67, so that should be great. No. No, not so much. Not so much. What I got, yeah, this is what I'm using. This is what the PC that you're watching this on right now is an i7 8700 that I bought like 4 years ago, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. They're about the same price still. That's a couple $100, $200-$300 for the processor. And then that's really all that matters. This one has a graphics card and stuff, but from what I gather, most of it's just about the CPU, and that is really important. I got a piece of junk. It's not even an i5 7500. It's an i7 7500, but it's like 2 cores. It's like made for laptops. It like sucks. It's not good for Blue Iris at all. Do I have Blue Iris and has integrated? Thomas, I'm struggling with that for some reason today, or I tried it last night. So I did the Blue Iris integration when I had it on that other computer. I switched to this computer and I did it again. And of course I changed all of the things like the IP address and stuff, but it's giving me grief. It's giving me grief. If I go to integrations and I go to Blue Iris, there's nothing. There's nothing there. And that's the right address. And if I go to settings and it's got the right port, it's got the right user and password. So I don't know. I've deleted it and updated it and done a bunch of stuff, and I haven't fixed it. But yes, Thomas, Blue Iris has MQTT. In fact, if you get the Blue Iris integration to work, it's awesome. Like I had it working on the other one, and it pulled in every camera automatically. It also gave you a sort of a camera that was a cycle, so it would just every minute or two it would just roll to the next camera. And that just gave you a camera entity that was just like Blue Iris cameras cycle, and camera.Blue Iris camera cycle, and you could put that on Lovelace and it would just cycle every minute. It also gives you an all cameras, so it'll take you could say Blue Iris all cameras or something it was called, and it would give you every camera, and then it gives you sensors. I talked about this a week or so ago, I think the last time I did a stream, but I talked about it because it gave you a motion binary sensor and an audio trigger binary sensor, and it gave you a connection strength sensor. So it was awesome. I just need to get it. I don't know why it's not working. I need to try it again, get it fixed. So Not receiving the LEDs I ordered from AliExpress. They can't send them because they're not allowed to go to work. I hope they can cure it soon so I can get LEDs, right? That's what I'm thinking. Like, doggone it, I want some stuff. I'm actually waiting for some PCBs from PCBWay because I had put in an order for another kind of a little board for LEDs, similar to what Quindor does with the Dig Uno, but not quite as high end. Like I would say Quindor's is like the Cadillac, right? And this is like a Corolla, a Camry. I don't know if you guys have those in Europe, but for us, it's just like the middle of the road. It's not too cheap. It's not too expensive. It'll probably run for, 20 years without needing much maintenance. It's that kind of a thing. So, but it's less expensive and less frills. There's no fuse and such, but it's still got something to boost the voltage. And I can't remember. There was a couple other things on there that we did, but anyways, I was they were gonna make it for me while we were at the factory, so I could watch. Like that was gonna be part of the video. I was gonna I ordered this, and then we're gonna walk through the steps and how they make it when you order it. That was gonna be kind of cool, and then I was gonna build it. Take it home and build it. Not going to China. Don't know when we're going to China now. So they just sent me those. So we bought 5 PoE cameras like a year ago and haven't installed them. Which PoE cameras do you have? I bought some dang Reolink PoE cameras, and I'm just a dummy. I do a lot of dumb things. So thanks for watching. But I bought some Reolink 4 megapixel PoE cameras and found out later that you can't connect them to anything except the Reolink NVR. So they're just, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'll resell them to somebody cheap. Somebody have a Reolink NVR. They want to add some cameras too. I got 4 of them cheap. 4 of them cheap for you. So, but I think I'm pretty set for cameras right now. I ended up, this is pretty good. I hope she doesn't pick her nose while we're watching. But this is a pretty good view of it. Almost everything in the house. I do have a couple of Wise cams. This is actually a Wise cam running RTSP. Their RTSP firmware. It still works and still looks great. It has dropped off from time to time, but then comes back on. I don't know why. I set up other Wise cams, but I just didn't. I just put them on the plain old regular thing, and I just gave Mrs. Z's the app, and she can just look, and it's basically just this is where the kids might be hiding in the house. So. How did I go about making your family feel comfortable with indoor cameras? I didn't even ask, Will. Well, I don't put them in the bedrooms. I just put them in areas like living areas. So I want one in the garage for security. This is a door to the outside. This is a door to the inside of the house. Obviously got my cars in there. I don't want anybody messing with, and lots of tools. So I want to know if there's somebody in there. My office, I like having one in here, even though technically this is, I guess you could say it's a bedroom. This is the kitchen, but it's a pan tilt, so I can also see the front room or see a little bit more of the kitchen over here. This is down in the basement playroom. This is also the basement, like a little theater room, couch and TV kind of a room. The backyard with the castle trampoline, the front yard to see if anybody messes with the cars, the other part of the front yard to see the front of the house, and then the big sort of family room. And I can turn that one also to see the sort of the top of the stairs, which is the area in between the bedrooms. So I got pretty much every area covered. There's a couple spots I don't have covered, which I could try, do the RTSP on those cameras and see if I can get it to work. I figured out what I was doing wrong. Remember when I was saying that I tried the Wise RTSP and it wasn't working? So the SD card that I had, it had 2 partitions and I didn't notice. So it had, I did everything right with the RTSP partition, but the other one, the other partition wasn't, it was like still Linux or something from a Raspberry Pi. Dummy me. But now, so I could go back and try and do those, but I'm kind of done with cameras for a little bit. I'm just going to chill on the cameras for now. That's pretty much good enough for me for now. Yeah, that's it. I like that, Tyson. Just start installing them while everybody's gone. And they'll just start to notice. That is kind of true. So I have the Wise Cam, one of the Wise Cams that's a pan tilt that I had RTSP on it. I just took the card out of it, so it's not doing that anymore. And then I set it in the app, in the Wise app, so that it'll rotate like every minute or 30 seconds or something like that. And it's actually down here. You can see it on this right there. It's sitting right there. So it'll turn every, I don't know how often. I can't remember. There it goes. Just turned. So, and the kids started noticing that, like out of the corner of their eye, like, what just moved up there? What has moved? You know, what's going on? Hey, Blade. Yeah, midweek stream is because we couldn't have one for the weekend. So, all right, Joan Torrance, thanks for subscribing. This is my favorite song. Yeah, right. Cameras and LEDs are so 2019. That's true. EVs, electric bugs are so 2020, baby. Reolink has RTSP as far as I can recall, but changed them out a little while ago. Yeah, Travis mentioned it, and I just, again, somebody says something and they warn you, but you don't really catch it. You know, like he said something to me about it. He said, "Oh, careful, because they don't always, you know, not all their cameras have RTSP," and it's true. I have the battery-powered camera that doesn't have RTSP, which is out the front of the house, and then I like out on the tree that I did that video about. And then these 4 megapixel cameras don't have RTSP. I can't remember what else they have, but they just sneak a few in there that don't for some reason. So, all right, Seth Randolph, thank you for subscribing. We're going to do the Were Squirrel for you, my friend. Somebody was asking something else. Will says, dedicated Swan camera that was hackable with predefined IP range. Maybe hope for real links? Cool. Good to see you. What's the diagnosis? Hey, Helen. How's it going? My diagnosis is awesome. What automations made Mrs. Z's happiest? You know, she really likes these curtains, which it's funny. You see how much brighter that one is? So I had them going up and down automatically based on the sun. When the sun was going down, the sun was going up and stuff. And the little end stops that I installed, they sometimes missed and sometimes hit. Anyways, I think this one was rolling past its limit a little too many times, and it, you know, some of this was held on with 3D printed parts that were like holding the bearings in there, and it just broke. So when we came home from our little trip yesterday, the curtain was in a pile here on the couch. So, but she really likes this. She really likes being able to shade this because this is east facing. So in the morning when the sun's coming up, this gets really a ton of sun in here. Like it's faded the couches and it gets really hot. So she has enjoyed that one. She likes that one. She likes the bedtime announcements that I get the Amazon Echo to make as well. She uses that to tell the kids it's time for bed and stuff. What about yours? What has made your wives or your significant others happy? Thank you, Tyson. Am I not on my own account? Yeah, I am. I wonder why it's not showing. It's not showing mods as blue. It's showing mods with a wrench instead of, they usually are blue. They used to be blue. Camera should be above easy reach to avoid tamper. Good call. Good call. Oh, is that the Node? Yes, it is. That's the Node Red Flow blade. Yes, it is actually. Yes, it is. So with Blade's help, we made a Node Red Flow for that. And I think it's, which one was it? No. Is it this one? Yeah, I think this was it, right? Shade timers. Yeah, this was it. So this puts them up in the morning and puts them down at night. Thanks to Jedi Master, Node Red Master Blade. We have lots of Node Red Masters. I am not one of them. Ooh, that's a good one. Miss Magnus likes the good night button. It turns down the lights and turns on the box fan. She also likes the fogging system that keeps her pet chameleons misted. Oh, that's awesome. My partner likes the lights turning off when everyone leaves home. Simple, but it works good. I wish, she's, put that on my resume. Mrs. Z's is a simple lady. She doesn't really care. She just wants it to work. So our power went out for 2 seconds, like the day before we left on our trip, and it for some reason now I've got at least 3 devices that won't work, won't come back up. So I have to probably open the boxes and see. I may still be able to flip the breaker and get them to reset that way, but I haven't been able to. And one of them's the bathroom light. So last night Mrs. Z's was going potty in the dark. My wife likes the space heater pointed at the toilet that comes on for 10 minutes and the alarm goes off. Nice. Mute button that kills all the lights now. It's nice. Nights is light at night. Oh, Renee, what did you say back there? You said something. Mr. Lev loved the switch off all the lights. Yes. What are we fixing today? Okay, the heater in the bathroom come on to warm up the bathroom at night. I haven't figured out how to make the toilet seat turn on though. Disappointed. Oh, can you just put it on a smart plug? Can you do that? I've got mine on a smart plug. I haven't turned it off and turned it back on. I've got it on a smart plug only because I wanted to monitor the power. So it's on an S31 to monitor how much power it's using, which I don't remember if I've checked it in a while. Got my salt level 1. That is my work week. Went from 64 hours to none. Yeah, somewhere in here. I can't remember now where I put that one. Somewhere in here I've got the S31 power monitor to see how much power my butt warmer uses. Is anyone else locked in the main bathroom? Not in a while. Nobody's been locked in the bathroom in a while. It still works. I used it last night. It still works. I thought smart plugs failed with heaters put on them. It depends. It depends. Like when you put so I guess what we're talking about isn't, I'm not talking about a space heater because if you have like I'm using the S31, the Sonoff S31 plug, which I think might have a 16 amp breaker in it. So that one might be okay with some of those actual space heaters. I'm not talking about the space heater. I'm talking about a warmed toilet seat that we have. My Christmas present for Mrs. Z's. Your wife is doubting between the heat turning on and when either of us leaves work zone after 16 of the workday, and also nuke all the lights, but nice. She's not sure which of those she likes better. How do you work 64 hours a week and do channel projects? Don't you sleep? Not very well. Has the bug hit the road yet? It hasn't, Father Time, but I can tell you what I did do. I didn't take any pictures that you can see right now, but what I did do today was I mounted the, me and Zach mounted the battery before we left on our trip. So the battery is inside the car. And then I drilled a hole through so we could put wires between the battery and the engine compartment. And then I mounted the motor controller in the engine compartment. So that required drilling some holes in the heat sink for the motor controller and drilling some holes and putting some long threaded screws through the firewall of the car, which is probably a no-no, but it's not like it's a normal car anymore anyways. There's no gasoline. No notification. Me is sad. Oh, hey, Frank, how's it going? Sorry for being late. It's all good. That's all good. I finally watched Frank's. We were talking about videos that you watched videos you watched this week that you liked or that helped you in some way. And Frank's, there's other Franks? Oh, Ribbery. Frank's WireGuard add-on one. I don't think I need to do one. I may do something when I do it again. WireGuard VPN for SIO. Yeah. So I finally watched this after not having seen the whole thing all the way through, and I finally watched it, and it's good. So if you guys want to do the WireGuard add-on, Frank walks you through it pretty well here. So we're going to share that. Copy. And paste. So thanks, Frank. It's still working so good for me. It's fantastic. It's flawless. It's flawless. Gonna put some sensors on the doors, maybe, like we did on your truck. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna put. I think I'm gonna run a Pi in it. I was talking to my neighbor friend about, what are we gonna do for making it smart and doing things like running some LEDs and running some. What I had to buy because I can't communicate with the motor controller yet, so I just bought a real dumb voltage meter. It's a voltage and current little meter that I'm just going to hook up and go from there. It'll just be on the dash, and you'll just have to know. Hi from Germany. Sorry, my wife's watching. Thank you. About indoor. You got to change. You know what? That's Hannah. You gotta come with a different, maybe a different account. You got a different account because you're not asking horrible questions, but anyway. Oh man. Hey, Thomas is here. How's it going, Thomas? Thanks for being here. Thank you for being here. How's things? What else did I watch? That I was watching several videos on the because I wasn't driving. It was awesome. I didn't have to drive because we've got a 17-year-old that drives. So Raspberry Pi Zero Ws are low on the market. Good grief. Okay, thanks. It's a bot repeating lots of previous comments. Okay. Yeah, thanks for taking care of that, guys. Big thing this week, by the way, is VS Code for ARM devices. Oh, nice. Awesome. It's a bot. Okay, good. Thanks, guys. That's funny. Haven't had that happen. Upgrading MariaDB add-on, reduced memory usage of Pi, which is awesome. Used for the Sonoff USB for your Hall to cut power on the tablet if motion is detected. It wakes it, like a Nest thermostat. Oh, that's a good idea. Hadn't thought of that. That's genius. Very nice. Very nice. I was watching, because I'm doing a lot of, bug stuff, and so I watched a lot of electric car stuff about BMS systems and motor controllers and some things. I also watched, what was it that I watched? Oh, I watched some Great Scott video about waterproofing. Have you guys seen this? If you haven't seen it, it's really good. You should check it out. For some reason, all of a sudden it's broken. Okay. How to waterproof electronics. So he does 2 videos on it. Electronics and water, what could possibly go wrong? So this is a good one to watch to kind of get a little bit of the background. This one, he compares 3 different kinds of waterproofing. And I'll tell you I'll give you the punchline is nail polish. Nail polish is going to be good enough because he does silicone and he does like epoxy and stuff. But at the end of the day, just putting some nail polish on it is going to be good enough, and it's not going to significantly damage the heat transfer. Like if you've got something that gets hot, it's not going to lock that heat in or cause any problems. So I'm going to probably do this with my motor controller in the Bug, just so it's not going to be submersible, but at least if it gets a few drops of water on it, it won't short anywhere. So pulls me credit card for wallet, navigates to the hard kernel shop. Oh boy, what's this? Watching tons of shortcut videos so I can edit videos better and faster. Oh, good. Was watching some ESP Home stuff from you and 1M Tech. Awesome, Frisbee golfer. I haven't done any new ESP Home stuff in a while. I haven't needed to, but I love it. Love ESP Home. Works great. Have I also tried building my own email server, such as with Neth Server? I have not. I can, because I have DrZzs.com, I have an email through there, but I haven't tried doing anything else. make a video on the mail and packages integration. Maybe Bearded Tinkerer should, or maybe What Are We Fixing Today should too. My list is so long of things that I need to try and do. I don't know. I'm not taking too many new projects on right now until I can start knocking some stuff off. And unfortunately, Frank is so much better at resisting the temptation to accept products. And probably Rob is too. What's this thing called? So I accepted another robot vacuum. So I'm going to have to make a video about a robot vacuum. So here's the deal. This is the vacuum cleaner, but so many of these, there's like already a bunch of these people have already done this robot vacuum cleaner. So I'm not going to do what they think I'm going to do. I'm not going to just like, oh, here you go, open it up and stuff. I'm going to have a little more fun with it. And it's got a camera on it. So I want to see, I'm going to do like some spying. I'm going to get Wireshark connected, and I'm going to see how often it connects to the cloud. See if it's sending any information. I don't think it will be, but I'm going to check it out. They said, like, I asked them, I really wanted to know, like, where are the pictures going? Like, is it taking pictures or what's it doing? And I don't know if it's a language thing or whatever, but they just couldn't tell me really. They're like, if you don't like the camera, just put a piece of tape on it. And actually, one of these reviews did that. They're like, oh, I just, I don't like having the camera, so I just put a piece of tape on it. Well, why is there a camera there, All right, Martin Heidman Rasmussen, unicorns for you. Battle bots on a budget? Yeah, maybe. Anyways, it'll be fun to, I'm going to do something that's not the standard, oh, good, let's open it up and talk about every bit. I'm not making fun of these guys. I don't want to sound like that. Like, I'm happy to have these guys get a free vacuum cleaner and do a full-on review, but I'm not doing that. And then what are they going to do? Ask for it back? File editor won't open over Nabukasa. Oh boy. BattleBots on a budget. Up the skirt vacuum robot. That's what it looks like, the big one, right? That's what I mean, the thing's pointing straight up in the air. There are, like, I was watching when I was going through and just looking at robot vacuums. I was researching, like, what can a camera on a robot vacuum see? Can it spy on you? How does it, we think it could. I'm sure it probably could, right? Maybe Dark Knight Batman style. Every camera that's hooked up to the internet could be viewed by somebody with enough hack power. But there's some of them that have a camera that's facing a little more forward, and they'll let you view them. Like on the app, you can view the image. This one doesn't look like you can do that. But still, why put a camera on it if it's not going to show you anything? There's a guy on YouTube that really does in-depth reviews on robot vacuum cleaners. Yeah, I wonder why do they even, like, there's so many other vacuums. Your problem is accepting bad robot vacs. Get good ones. Yeah. I just need to not accept them at all. I just need to not accept anything. I've actually, another video that I'm going to have to do, you guys can see this. See this company, Instar? We can talk about them. This is an interesting dilemma for me. Let's talk about it. It's an interesting dilemma for me because the company seems really good. They've been really responsive to me. What they're trying to do with their line of cameras, I like. They're trying to make them very, very hackable, very open to do all kinds of adjustments that you want. And they've got MQTT included, and just really making it easy to use. In fact, that's this camera. If we do go back to Blue Iris for a minute, that's that's the old one. Where did it go? Anyways, it's the one that's pointing at the backyard. This one. It's the one that's pointing at the backyard. So here's the dilemma, though. I like everything about the company. I like their direction. I like their customer service, their approach. Those things are all great. The camera's this is it. This is the one I'm looking at. It's the full HD, so it's 1080, which is all. And that's too bad. Right off the bat, they're like, well, there are cameras that are a lot higher resolution than that. And then the price is crazy high. I think the price is really high. If you go to outdoor cameras, this one, it's like $250, $265. There's camera, $270 for the PoE camera. Man, I mean, they sent me an email and they were like, "Hey, can you review this camera for us?" And I sent it back and said, "You're gonna have a hard time competing with anybody. That kind of price, that kind of resolution, no matter what. And you don't, there's how are you gonna compete?" And he's a nice guy and wrote back and, we're not trying to compete with them. We're just, we're trying to do something better. And they do, like, the camera's now outside, but I've done a bunch of the filming already. So, you can take it apart, you pull the board out and you can do things with it. They've done a really good job of waterproofing it. So there's some good aspects to it. I don't think and unless I need to work on it somehow, the image quality doesn't seem as good as some of the others. I guess it's about the same as that one. The night vision last night, but to their credit, like last night, I was looking at it. I was looking at this image, and at night, and it was really grainy, like big pixelated sections in the night vision. And I emailed the guy a picture, and I said, "What is there anything I can do, tricks to fix that pixelation of the night vision? Because it looks pretty horrible." And he wants me to send him some more information about some settings and stuff, and we'll see if we can make it look better. But it's just hard to, what am I going to do? What do you? I think I like them. I want them to do well, but I'm not going to pay that kind of money for a camera. It's tough. I feel bad for them. I hope they've obviously they've made a lot of cameras, right? They've got a whole, series of indoor and outdoor cameras. So it's not like they're just getting started with one little camera model. But anyways, I hope they do well. But I like Rob's video on the camera reviews he did. Ended up swaying me to buy a Reolink. Never looked back since. Zozzi cameras are cheap, $25, but they don't work without internet connection. It's possible to change firmware to make it work as an IP camera in offline. That's a good question. Ludus Film, but I don't know the answer to that. I know zero about changing firmware for cameras. Same boat as SimCam, competes with Wise. I like their company, but really expensive. Yeah. It's too bad. I don't know. Seems hard to try and compete at those prices. I agree, James. I totally agree. I don't know what to. Anyways, I told him. So I'll have a video about it, and that'll be my conclusion for the most part. Hopefully he can give me some tips to make the image, to maximize the image and stuff. It's got some things like a separate PIR sensor. You can, on the inside, you can connect speakers. It's got a microphone. So it's got some, it's got features, but we get all those features on a $100 camera with twice the resolution or better. So I know how to brick a camera by messing with the firmware. All right, time to take out the dog. See you, Bearded Tinkerer. Thanks for being here, my friend. Yeah, the Reolinks have been good, except I keep buying the ones that don't have RTSP. That just bums me out. So since we're complaining about cameras, this flipping thing, there's a camera. I actually paid money for this camera. Foscam 1080p Wi-Fi outdoor camera. And I've got another one of these that works great. This one, it will work when I'm in the house. Seriously, on one side of the door, it'll work. When I put it outside, it stops working. I don't understand. I don't know if there's something wrong with the Wi-Fi antenna, but as soon as I take it outside, it's done. It doesn't connect anymore. It makes me really sad. Oh well. How can you subscribe? Subscribe to me, Renee? How do you subscribe to me? There should be a button, and then click the bell. And the bell says, and we'll play this for you for subscribing. We'll play this before you even subscribe. Thanks for wanting to subscribe. Swap antennas. Yeah, I could try that. Get outdoor Wi-Fi antennas from Ubiquiti. Yeah, I could try that. What are we fixing today? I think it's only 2.4. It's only 2.4, I believe. So it's just weird that it would work on one but not work on the other. It works on the inside but not on the outside. So it's also got, I mean, it's also got a Ethernet, so I could just connect it through Ethernet. But I think I've got the outside covered pretty well. I might mount this in the house if I want to hook up another camera. Jenny's here, Pinky Wafer. How's it going, Jenny? Thanks for being here. How's things over there? You stream 4K Netflix in the garden in the summer. Yeah. I should have good. I mean, I've got good coverage out there. Like I've got this camera. Again, I keep going back. This camera here is hanging in the exact same position this camera was hanging in. All right. So I took that Instar camera that they sent me, and this is it. This is where I put it. I replaced this camera with that camera because this one I couldn't see anything. It just was always down. So it's obviously got a decent Wi-Fi signal there, but yeah, maybe I messed up something with the antenna. I don't know. JSON web server, how could I get this data in Home Assistant? Ooh, Booms Games. Booms Games asking a good question. Does someone have a Resol solar system working with Home Assistant? I don't have Resol. I have the same one Frank has, which is Solar. What's ours, Frank? Solar. I can't remember. But if there's a JSON, if there's a way to connect to it, you should be able to get it. PV Solar Edge. This is what we have. Solar Edge. Yeah. Senku. Different subject. Tried buying a 3D printer, but didn't succeed. How's your config? That's the same. That's the same, Frank. Exactly. That's funny. How come you didn't succeed? What happened? I was also supposed to go to China for like 4 months for school for your bachelor's degree. Oh, Sven, that's too bad, man. I'm sad for China. I hope everything's all right. I hope they get it all worked out, man. I feel for the people there. I think they work so hard and they get so little. I don't want to start talking about their government. I don't know anything about it, but it sure seems like we've got the problem here. I feel like where a very small number of people have the majority of the resources, right? I think in a place like that, it's 10 times worse. And you get these people who are working so hard and getting nothing for it. And, when they get sick, there's no hospitals, there's nothing for them to, no good avenues for them. But anyways, feel for them. And then I don't think it's fair to, the media kind of goes crazy about how, I don't think it's as, sure it's bad. Yes, it's bad, but it's not like, the worst plague in the history of the universe. But when it's coming from China, our media just loves to make it sound like it's the end of the world. Like it's so, this crazy mutated blah, 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 blah from China. So what was I going to do in China, Sven? I was going to tour the PCBWay factory, and I was going to tour probably 3 or 4 other factories. I was going to go see Sonoff. I was going to go see, what was the other one? The Zemismart. I was going to go to a couple LED factories. So I had, and then I was even going to go to the battery factory, the guys that made my battery for the Bug. I was trying. I mean, I had a list of places I wanted to go that was longer than I was going to be able to go, but the highlights were going to be PCBWay, Sonoff, Zemismart, and the LED, the one B and BT. What is it? B and F, BTF lighting. I was going to do that. Can I show my button toolbar settings? Sure. Of course I can. You want which buttons? The ones at the top? You don't want the ones at the top. You want something like these buttons probably, right? Tell me which ones you want. What are I using for RTSP recording and streaming? Hey, Sean, I am using Blue Iris. This is Blue Iris. And if you have RTSP cameras, or any camera that makes an accessible feed, because some of them are HTTP instead of RTSP, technically, I guess there's a difference. I don't know. Anyways, this is it. This is how you bring them all together. And the most important part of that, as we discussed at the very beginning, is make sure you get the right hardware, mostly the right CPU. This is what I'm using, and now it's working great. I was using something that's not even on this list, and reveals my secrets in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it is a shame we couldn't go, but when we go next time, because we'll plan it again. We'll go at some point in the future. It might be a year from now before we can do it, but we'll go again, and when we do, I think it'll be even better. You know, the PCB folks were being really nice to us, but they really wanted like they were putting kind of a lot of restriction on us. They wanted us to spend 2 days in their see all 3 factories and do a bunch of filming. And I'm like, geez, I think we could get what we need in like 2 hours. That's enough, you know? And then I wanted to spend the rest of the time doing a whole bunch of other things, but they were hosting us. They were giving, they were paying for hotels and paying for food every day for a week. And so, they paid for some stuff, or they would have paid for us to do what they wanted. I don't think I want to do that. I think I would rather just pay for my hotel and pay for my food and stuff, and be free to go to wherever I want. So that's what we'll do next time around. The price of Blue Iris is one time. If you watch, you can find sales from time to time. I paid $50. I paid $50 for mine. And let's see, is Mrs. Z's coming up the stairs? Yeah, I think she is. I paid $50 because I got it when it was like $10 off. And so it's even less expensive. Awesome. Trying to get started with Home Assistant Raspberry Pi 4, but every time I shut down using the option in Home Assistant, the system won't come up again. I have to start over. Any ideas? Oh, that's a bummer, Doug. Has anybody tried that? Anybody know what's going on for Doug there? That's a bummer. I don't know, my friend. I don't know. That's weird. That's very weird. Amen, Zach. Blue Iris is super cheap for what it is. Super cheap for what it is. I can't believe the guy does it that cheap. So, when you're looking at free options versus paid options, if you really don't have the $60 or you really can't part with the $60, then there's free options. ZoneMinder is probably the number one, or what's the other one, guys? I Spy. There's another. What was that one Tyson talked about a while back? Like Blackberry Iris or Black Iris or Black Blueberry. I don't know, something. Anyways, but for $60, man, it's good. You found a cracked version. I Spy Connect. Okay. Sounds like the SD corruption issue, but it seems to happen every time. Maybe, I guess, try another one. Did you see, Doug? How savvy are you, Doug? How into these things are you? Because if I was going to do, I just shared this video a while back, like an hour or so ago. But if I was going to do an install on a Raspberry Pi, especially a Raspberry Pi 4, I would do this right here. Let me pause that and share it. This is Andres, the guy with the Swiss accent, and he hooked up an SSD to a Raspberry Pi 4 and made it so that it boots from the SSD. And then he shows you how much faster it gets. And he tells you how to do it. He walks you through the steps. So take your time. If you're going to do that, I would give it a try. That's like, seriously, me. I thought about it as I was watching this video. I was like, okay, do I have a reason to do that? And because I want to, but no, I don't. I don't have a reason, so I'm not going to do it for now. I have a license I bought, and I don't even feel bad that I'm not using it. Nice, Mark. Should be able to do an SSD on an RPi 3. Probably, yeah. Raspberry Pi Zero gets here in 2 days. All right, Blade. Should I tell you that I've got like 4 of them laying around the house I don't use? Yeah, and Frank has an opinion about Raspberry Pi 4. He does say there's better. How are we coming on the Odroid? How's that going? I saw that there were versions, right? For that. And that's the ARM. That has the ARM processor. Is that why you were doing the VS Code for that? No going back if you boot to USB. Not sure about the Pi 4. What? Yeah, I know, Blade. You should have asked me. I'm sorry, my friend. I have, because I thought, there was a time when I thought that the best little security camera was going to be a Raspberry Pi Zero and the Pi camera. And it is not. It's good for a lot of things, but it is not a great security camera. So I think I have 4 Raspberry Pi Zeros. Oh, I may have 5. Because I had 3 that I had working as cameras. One of them, I broke the ribbon cable off where you connect the camera. 2 of them I was using as cameras. One of them I used for my little, my turret gun, my Nerf turret gun, which is not, I'm not going to use that for that anymore, but it's still connected to it. And then one, me and Jackson, 3 or 4 years ago, made like a Game Boy out of one. Why not ESP32 cameras? Good question, Red Eye Joe, because they're also not great. They're okay, but they're not great. I think what I am going to use my ESP32 camera for, but I think the ESP32 with the camera it would be great for, is going to be the turret, the security turret Nerf gun. Because with ESP Home, it's very easy to bring the camera feed in and to set up the controls for either DC motors to go, different directions, or stepper motor to go in different directions. Control the turning and the trigger pulling. So I think ESP Home and ESP32 cameras, that's what I'm going to do. I have a bunch of ESP32 cameras when Doc got all excited, waiting for more development. Yeah. Same here, Will. I mean, obviously I did get excited about it. I thought they were awesome, but I got 5 of them now and I'm not using any of them. Kind of sad. Couldn't get Odroid to boot from SSD, so bought a Nook, and it's working very good. Nice. Very nice. For the price, they're great. I have them all over the house. For the ESP32 cameras? Oh, great. Hey, man, if they're successful for you, that's awesome. Battery-powered ESP32 cameras? Awesome. I was hoping for more from them, but yeah, they worked for what we did. I use a reboot for when the ESP32 camera goes unavailable. Oh, good. That's a good idea. Using SSD for more than 3 years with no problem. SD crashed within 5 months. Yeah. Great for stills. Yeah. They definitely have their uses. I mean, they're super tiny. I just thought they would be like, oh, this is the best security camera ever. Or the best solution for security cameras. And they're great. They're good for their niche. Their niche is not like the ultimate security camera. Built a little resource app for X-Lights if anyone needs to get started. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Tech Turtle. That's great. Low resolution, high latency, yeah. Never got past the let's check this out. They're in the drawer. Struggling to get the MQTT sensor to show in Lovelace. Uh-oh, Alex. Are you sure? So what are you doing? Are you using... Somebody asked for my buttons. Somebody wanted to see my buttons. Where did that person go? Sorry. I never really got too far with the buttons. I'm getting thirsty. What was I talking about? Oh, your MQTT sensor? Squirrel.
Huh?
Yeah, your MQTT sensor. So can you see it in your... If you can see it in your developer tools under states, if you can see the sensor there, we should be able to get you showing something in Lovelace. I drink like a champ. That's Diet Dr. Pepper. I already drank my water for the day. I was a good boy. Got on the treadmill, drank my water, worked on the bug. Now it's time for a nap. I don't have to see your buttons, nor do I want to press them. Great voice. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. You guys are awesome. So I've just set up Zigbee to MQTT stuff. Zigbee to MQTT add-on says it's publishing to Mosquito. Okay. You sound like a doctor. Oh, wait. Why are you not trying building an app to talk to a node? Build your own app control. Build your own. Looks like we got some people helping you out with the MQTT sensor, which is great. Because for all I claim to know things, I'm probably not great at helping. Hey, Jeff, how's it going from Las Vegas? I was just there. I just left. I left on Sunday. Went to St. George, came home yesterday. Diverted from the buttons again. All right. Frank wants to see my buttons. He knows he does. No, I don't. I can already hear him. Okay. The buttons. The buttons. Oh, I love the buttons. So these are lots of buttons. All of these are buttons. 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 So we can look at buttons. So this is 2 buttons. One of them is My Garage. That's this one. They're in a horizontal stack. So they're next to each other. This is the first one. I've got a garage icon on it. I want it to show the state, open or closed. So I want it to say that. And then the state changes, or the color changes based on which icon. Right? Or the icon changes. Sorry. The color does change, but so does the icon. So what I've done here is you can say state, and then when the state is equal to this value, then these other things will be true. So it will change the icon to garage open, and it will change it to what is set in your theme as the disabled color, the disabled text color. Okay. I think this is probably not valid or something anymore because it doesn't do this. It doesn't blink. Maybe it's because this needed to be under there. 5-second ease, infinite. It doesn't do that blinking. I forgot that I even put that in there. And then when it's closed, the icon is the garage. That's probably not necessary since it would be anything except open. It would be this probably anyways. But then, excuse me, now I've got Dr. Pepper burps. Can I share my config? Yeah, someday. Go Buckeyes, John. What are the Buckeyes doing today? Are they even playing anything? Basketball? Are they doing okay in basketball? Try turning off WDR on the backyard cam to improve the image quality. Oh, okay. WDR on the backyard cam. Okay, I'll have to try. Let me write that down because I'm going to forget. That's not you, Mike, is it? Mike's the guy that's been helping me with that. Do you have one of those cameras? Who was saying that? tandogsvan.com. You have one of those cameras? WDR. Off. Backyard. That's a squirrel. And then another important thing here when you're doing a button is you need to define what happens when you do things to it. So when you tap it, it's going to call a service, and the service is just open cover. And with a cover, at least with a garage door, it doesn't matter whether it's open or closed. It's just basically activating the relay, and whatever state it wasn't in is the state it goes to, right? And then this is the entity ID, which is cover test. That's my garage door because it's still in beta. And then up here, what do we got? Similar thing. Disable color, garage open. That's funny. It doesn't do this blinking. Hers does not do this blinking. So I wonder, value on instead of open. Interesting. On, open. I guess it depends on how you define it as a binary sensor. Hers is different because hers is an ESP home sketch on a Sonoff SV. Mine is Tasmota on a Sonoff SV. So I think I must have defined things a little bit differently here. Like it's a switch. So I just toggle the switch instead of open the cover. I think hers probably actually works better. So there's a little bit about buttons. You want to see other buttons? What other buttons you want to see? These buttons. These are the buttons that put the shades up and down. Nothing spectacular. Icons, names, tap action, call service, close cover, stop cover, and open cover for 3 different buttons. And that's all you see. Close, stop, open. Rotating buttons. Oh, you want to see the rotating buttons? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's fun. Okay, here's how you do it. This is how you make, and I do get this question a lot, so thank you for asking and for reminding me. It's battling with the grass area. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Tan Dogs. Appreciate that, my friend. Day job learned that I'm playing with IoT stuff, so they have me working on a project to hook our manufacturing machines up to Azure IoT Central so the business can grow. Nice. Well, Joe, don't do it for free, my friend. Right? You got to get some, got to get a raise out of the whole thing. Maybe you will. And you don't always have to do every little thing for money, but at least you've definitely increased your value. There's something to that, right? When the company needs to downsize, if that unfortunately ever happens, then you'll be invaluable. They can't let you go. You're paid well. Good. Glad to hear it. All right. So how do you make these things spin? I get this question a lot. These things, when they're on, this starts to rotate. How do you do that? All right. Let's look at it. So we got 3 buttons here. The first one is for this quiet, cool fan. Show state true, spin false. So I set it so that the default, I defined it as don't spin. I don't know if I had to do that or not, but I did. Then when the state is equal to on, I change spin to true. That's it. And then it spins. I was building it up like it was this difficult thing. That's it. That's all there is to it. I don't know why this animation thing, because I'd like it to blink. And you know what I should look at? Let's look at the one for my car charger, because when my car is not this one, see how that one fades? That one blinks, and this one is spinning. Okay, so we got a couple to look at here. You guys probably already know this. Jenny or somebody else is probably already like, oh yeah, you just do this. All right, this one is actually spinning. So let's see. So this is the sensor for my electric car charger, which is what did it used to be called? It used to be called a juice box. It was made by a company that's now bought by somebody else. And I think it's called EVAL or something like that. The evil company. Anyways. All right, so this is what I've got it set to. Show state, yes. Spin, no. And then it's got 3 states. Well, I think it has more than 3 states, but the 3 states that I'm using are charged, plugged, and standby. So, the blinking one would be nice for garbage collection day. There you go. Well, this is how you get it to blink. Oh, maybe this is so this is why it's not working on those other ones, because I didn't do this. Styles, card, and then animation, right? I didn't do that on those other ones. I just wrote animation, blink, and it didn't work. I have the value twice. No, I have the value 3 times. Because the value is the state. So if you go look at the entity in Home Assistant, the state that it shows you is what's here. So right now it's on standby because it's not plugged in. And I wanted it red and flashing when it's not plugged in. So if I look at it, or I could even just notice it, and I think, oh, great, my car's unplugged. I got to make sure I plug it in. I do have another automation that hollers at me if it's not plugged in at night. So that's how you get it to blink, this part right here. Styles, card, animation, and it blinks. And then I also made it so that when it's charging, it spins. When it's plugged in, it's just green and solid, right? Like how I did that? Pretty nice, yeah? Pretty nice. And then this spinning one here is pretty similar to the other spinning ones. It's nothing special. It's just they all have a state, spin, true, value on. That's it. Are my clickable notifications still working? Good question. I haven't been using them. Nick. What was the last one that I actually did use? I can't even remember. I don't know. I'm not sure. They're tricky. They're tricky for sure. And I haven't really tried, I don't think, since the iOS app went to 2.0. I think you can do stuff in the app now, right? Anybody doing that? Anybody doing the actionable notifications with the Home Assistant app for Android or iPhone? Cool aid. What are you talking about, Blade? What's this? What's this? Can I talk about how you're getting the state of your fans? Sure. So to get the state of anything, in your developer tools, states, and then you just find the entity. So for me, those are switches. And they're just switches for different, like the air conditioning and stuff. So let's just try. If I type AC. Oh, yeah. So this is for climates. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the state, right? So when I'm setting a value for the sensor, for example, let's go to. I didn't do it for those. So for these, let's look at these AC ones. Oops, that's not the right one. Yeah, go back. Let's look at these. Okay, so switch upstairs AC. Yeah, so it's just the switch, and then whether the state is on or off. When you define it in here, it looks to the state in Home Assistant of that switch. That's not the switch though. That's the climate is the actual thermostat brains, right? Okay, so here it is. So the upstairs hallway light is on, right? And the fan is off and the air conditioning is off. So that's, and then there's a main floor air conditioning switch as well. When you do, like if you make your own thermostats like I did, then you have the thermostat, which is the climate, and that's where you set the temperature controls. But when that temperature hits the target, whatever, then it flips a switch. And those switches are just actual relays that are actually connected to the wires that go to the switch on your air conditioning or your heating or whatever. And so those switches will always have a state in Home Assistant, on or off. So that's where I'm getting it. It's probably a long answer for a simple question. Sorry. Does monitoring your EV cause any battery drain? No, Robert. It's monitoring. That all comes from the API for the charger. So the charger is what it's monitoring, actually. The charger has a web API that, I guess it's a web user interface with an API that you can get data from for your own apps and things. And they've got a way to connect to it here in Home Assistant. I can't remember what it's called. We can look at it. And it tells the state of the charger. And you saw the states. It'll give you standby, it'll give you plugged, it'll give charging, or plugged, or plugged, standby, and charging. Plugged, standby, and charging. REST API, yeah, that's probably it. That's right, just HTTP commands of some kind, right? I don't remember. Let's find the reveal secrets in 3, 2, 1. I don't remember where I put it anymore because I haven't looked at it in forever. Solar. It's probably not there because I don't look at it anymore. So there's this too. This doesn't work very well. Well, it's not Home Assistant's fault that it doesn't work very well. It's Nissan's EV Connect that doesn't work very well. Been trying to figure out how to implement follow me type function. Oh, like Echobees have. So use different sensors to provide feedback to your thermostat based on some other condition. I don't know. That's a good question. How do I detect presence in the house? iPhone app. iPhone app. Life 360. And the iPhone app is Life 360 that I use. Let's look at, where is it? Would it be cars? What's it under here? I can't remember. Transport. Pretty cool. There's a lift integration. Car. Open EVSE. Maybe this is, eMotorworks. This is it. This is my charger. My charger was made by eMotorworks, JuiceNet. So you just go through, it tells you what to do. You go to JuiceNet and you get your access token. And then you just put JuiceNet access token, and then it will bring in a bunch of sensors, and it gives you a bunch of sensors. And then you can do a bunch of things with that. Like I even have, if you look back here, I haven't done anything with it in forever, but this is telling me, this is information from the sensors, and it's telling me how long it charged in seconds. You can tell I didn't play with this very long. And it shows me how much charge it added at the last charge. It added 17.4 watt hours last time it charged. Pretty cool, right? So with this, you can figure out, how much you're using every day and how much it's costing you. Where did I get the icons from? All my icons, all these icons are all from MDI icons. And that's Home Assistant uses MDI icons. So anything that's on this page, right here, you can use. And there's new ones all the time, feels like. I don't know, honestly, how often there's new ones, but there's tons of fun stuff on here. And every one of them has a name, like Cards Spade, Cash 100. And when you're doing your interface stuff, did I put, now that I've done that, I don't know if I put any custom ones on that page. But anytime you call out the icon, you just call it out like this, MDI car. And if we go here and just search for car, where's the car? I guess there it is, car. These all have car in them. That's why it's like that. These all have car, the word car. Ooh, convertible. Nice. So yeah, that's it. Anyone know if it's possible to turn some LED strips connected via ESP Home when I turn on or wake up your PC and then turn them off when the PC is off? Ooh, that's a good question. What does the IoT, what's that called? IoT, what's that? There's a thing that you can control Windows. What does it run? What does it run? Who was asking? Probably getting tired. Did you plug the bug? Yeah. Did you see? Have you seen? I probably haven't seen anything in a bit. But what I did today, Rob, was I mounted the motor controller. I put some, I had to do some cable ends, and probably I'm going to have to do some more. I think I'm going to have to get some more cable. I just saw that Amazon delivered my my clamp-on amp meter that'll go up to, I think it goes up to 400 amps DC. So I can monitor, I can see how much current when I crank that, because I have no idea right now. I don't know if it's 100 amps. I don't know if it's 400 amps. I don't know. So I want to put a fuse in there so that I can be safe. And I want to know if my wires are big enough or not, and how big I need them to be. So I've got to get it all connected again, crank it up, and put the amp meter on there and see how much it's drawing. When I was in the junkyard, I also was able to salvage 2 fuses. One of them is 350 amps and one of them is 500 amps. So I grabbed those as well. That is a lot of juice. You're right about that. Event Ghost, maybe that was it. You need to teach Home Assistant to Paul Hibbert. I don't think Paul wants to learn Home Assistant. I love Paul. He's a fun guy, but I don't think he wants to learn Home Assistant. It's not his. It doesn't seem like his thing. He wants to do the out of the box, and I guess not in the way we use out of the box. Like this thing came out of a box. That kind of a system, more than he wants to get in and tinker with much. It seems like. He's a fun guy to watch. I would love to hang out with him. Doesn't he seem like a funny guy to hang out with? We got to see if he's ever going to come to CES. Probably never will because he lives in England or whatever, but he would be a fun guy to just sit and talk to. Nice, catch your stream. Listening in, I'm currently fixing my NAS. No. Oh, good luck, remodel. Good luck. Oh, you know what? Rob, what did you do? You did, oh, you saw me. Yes, I did actually fire it up. Yep. There's a follow-up on Instagram about when I did. Did I put that on Instagram? I thought I did. If not, I will very soon. But yes, I actually did fire it up. I fired it up. I cranked it way up. And then I put my tachometer. I've got a tachometer, little wheel on it that'll give me RPMs. And only one wheel was spinning because the other one was, I don't know if the brake was too tight or something, but only one wheel was spinning. But we got it over, it was like 7,600 RPMs on that one wheel. So that would be, both wheels spinning at 4,000 thereabouts. That would have been 80 miles an hour. And that's 96 volts. So we're going to be good. It's almost never going to need to go to 96 volts. And at 96 volts, it didn't do, like it wasn't sparking. It wasn't getting hot. It was really good. I was happy. What can I use to see if my fryer is ready to throw some goodies in? Oh, good question, Renee. Temperature sensor? Maybe. Yeah, one wheel. Yeah, if there's extra resistance, yeah. And that's why it was only one wheel, because they're both up off the ground. I mean, they could have both spun, but yeah, it does have a differential in there. Whatever. Mechanical gear stuff I don't know about. But it was going to go fast enough. Like it will go fast enough. That's the thing. That's the good news. In fact, that's my week. So since I'm not going to China, let's look at my to-do list. Do you guys want to look at my to-do list? That is the title of the stream after all. Let's pull it up. Let me see here. I got to pull up my email to do it usually because I keep it in my Google tasks. Let's see if I can pop it out separate. Can I pop this out? Now I can just read it off. All right. Oh, I need to record. These are my to-do tasks. Get a 400 amp fuse, which I actually was very happy to see that I have today, so I can check that off. Mount, let's see. Motor support mount. So when I first start up the bug motor, you can see it kind of rock a little. And I think what's happened is I've got the coupling on and I've got 4 bolts bolted onto a plate. And when it, that motor's really heavy, so it sags a little. And so I think it's kind of rocking when it first gets going, and then it, probably still putting a lot of stress on that coupling, but it stops shaking because it's spinning so fast. So I think what I need to do is rig up something to go underneath it and just elevate it a little bit so that it stays straight. I know it's straight, but it's straight until I let the weight hang, and then it just gives a little bit of play. I need to just fix that thing up there. And then, well, my differential, I don't think so. Limited slip would be much better for an EV. Yeah, Pinky. This is a 1970 Volkswagen transaxle. It doesn't have limited slip differential. I really don't expect it does. So it'll be all right. Open differential needs a less or spool in the transaxle. Hey everyone, if you need help with Windows PCs, I finally figured it out. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Will. See, you have a lot of devices and entities. May I ask what your setup do for... Oh, it's a Nook, Gabriel. Yes, it's a Nook. These aren't all my entities, though. Don't be too confused by that. I do have a terrible amount of entities, but that's not all of them. This is still a lot of them. But no, I weld the differential. Ooh, maybe someday. Get another motor for a 4-wheel drive bug. Nice. I've got 3 more motors. I have 2 big motors and 2 small motors. I've been so squirreled right now. I don't know what's going on. So yes, I use a Nook. It's an old i3 Nook, but it works beautifully. It works beautifully. So you have a lot. Okay, what else? Low mega squirrel. That's right. Back to my to-do list. So my to-do list. So mount the support mount. I got to install brake lights, turn signals, take my first test drive. I got to do, this is not in order. This is in order of how I thought of them and I wrote them down in the car. I need to install the gas pedal. I've got the gas pedal here. Don't do it. I've seen the welding on the coupling. Don't do it. Hey. Don't you make fun of my welding. Are you making fun of my welding? Who's making fun of my welding? I love. Was that the Corona squirrel? Which one? This one? Or this one? No config on the Nook install. Anyone know why? Ooh, no. That's a bummer. Gas pedal. Oh, that's true, right? Good. Anyways, the accelerator. So this is my accelerator. I got it from eBay. It should just be 0 to whatever 4.5 volt potentiometer, but I haven't tested it. So that's what I got to do. I got to test this. My welding is worse. Check out video number 2. Nice. You know what? Welding, you know what? If you don't do it bad, you're never going to get good at it. So I'm all for doing it until I'm better at it. I like it. I mean, it's a great skill to have. Make it go to 11. Go. This thing's really hard to press. But I needed some, right now I've just got a little dial on there, just a potentiometer. So I can't really drive a car like that. I could, but it wouldn't be very safe. So anyways, I got to check this out and make sure that this works. And if it does, then we'll install this as the potentiometer for the acceleration, because it's not the gas pedal, right? But anyways, so I got to do that. That's on the list. I got to find the title so I can get it registered. Oh, I'm sure I have it, right? I got to have it, right? Turn up your heat. Better welding. Ooh, yeah. Bug wheelies. Hey, 4 tracks. How's it going, my friend? I have a junk welder to begin with. It's a used Harbor Freight welder, which I think I paid $50 for from some guy. So it's not like it's a good welder, but it gets the job done. I mean, the stuff sticks together. Done. It's all it needs to do. If you, what makes a good-looking weld? A grinder. So weld it, grind it. It looks great. Okay, it doesn't quite look great, but anyways, it'll stay. All right, what else do I got to do? Let's see. Did you notice the new resources in the configurator in Ator? No, I didn't. I'm not sure I've updated it in a while. Maybe it's automatically updating. What new resources? Over here? I never use this stuff. Is this what you're talking about? Get an F1 steering wheel. Nice. I want a Knight Rider steering wheel. Oh my gosh, look at all this. Oh, cool. Are you kidding? Did I not know this was here? I don't think I did. Reload automations, reload core, reload or restart HAS. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. Secrets in 3, 2, 1. Big old stick transformer welder. I was welding 316 to 116 stuff. It was awful. Send it to this old Tony. I love this old Tony Austin. That dude is awesome. Tony can hodgepodge anything together. I love that guy. He's a fun guy to watch. He just says the weirdest stuff and never skips a beat. Right? He doesn't stop to laugh or anything. He just keeps on going. Just says it. Keeps on going. Hey, from Portugal. Thank you, Joaquim. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it. Configurator no more. Configurable. What were we talking about? Anybody remember? Oh, we were talking about the bug. Oh, we were talking about my to-do list. What else is on there? Find the title. Get front seats. So the front seats, I have the front seats. Any bug like purists out there that are gonna hate me for like not making it restored to like vintage, because that's not what I'm doing. I guess I'm putting electric motor in it. It's obviously not going to be vintage, but like I've got some parts for it that are nice that probably would be valuable to somebody who was restoring a bug to original bugness. But I don't want to sit on the bug seats. They're horrible. So I got to go to the junkyard and find me some front seats. Maybe even today. Nah, probably not today, but I got to do it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Add to list. Buy a nice inverter welder. Do you weld, Jenny? You should do a welding video. You should do a how to weld video. I'd love to see that. I want to hack the LEDs on my Google Home. If you're not able to do the ones on your Google Home Mini, you can just get a strip of very, packed together, a short strip of very packed together LEDs. And with WLED, you can get it to do that. Right? Pretty easy. You could probably do it with just an Arduino sketch, but WLED will do it. What else is on here? Mount the charger, which my charger. Oh, I do. Did I mention I do dumb things? Okay. Part of my goal here has been, let's go over here just in case. Secrets in 3, 2, 1. Part of my goal with this whole electric car, the first one anyways, is to just do it on a super budget. Like the reason I'm doing it is because I don't want to spend $15,000 to do it. If you wanted to spend $15,000 on an electric conversion, you could have a really nice one and you could have it done in a weekend, they say. Because you can just buy all this stuff, it's expensive stuff, but it's all done for you and you put it together and you're done, right? I didn't want to do that. I wanted to try and do it for less than $1,000. I'm past that, but it's still going to be, if you count everything, including the price of the car, I will be, well, the car, the most expensive thing was the battery. My battery was $3,000. Besides the battery, I'll be less than $3,000 total. I want to go on eBay and I want to see the things that I bought. Purchase history. Because I got to look at my motor control or my charger. So I bought a flipping charger. Last 60 days. No. Here. I bought this charger and I just was hooking it up today and playing around with it. And first thing it's all written in Chinese. I didn't even pay attention to that. So I'm not even sure what the switches do. But it should be able to output, this is what it should be able to output, 109 volts, which is 26S for lithium ion, but mine are lithium iron phosphate, but as long as this voltage is about right, we should be fine. But I don't know, like the outputs, I think the output is weird. Like the output it looks like this, like a plug, like that. And that's not going to plug into my battery very well. So I need to go through this and figure out how I'm going to connect it, what this stuff means before I connect it. I'm learning a lot of good stuff though. And so this is not the last electric car conversion I'm going to do because I'm learning a lot of fun stuff. Definitely. I'm going to do something like this eventually. I don't want this one, but something like this. These are little battery monitors. So it's got a way to click to enlarge. There we go. It's got a way to monitor the current and the voltage, and then it gives you a little display, and then you put in the size of your battery, the kilowatt hours of your battery, and it will keep track for you. It'll calculate based on the voltage that you're using and the amps that you're using, how long your battery's going to last, what state your battery's at. So that's handy. It's my old Buick getting an electric kit. Oh, I would love that. What do you mean? That would be a great electric car. I think it would be nice to make an electric bug, but don't even know if you could get it road legal in Belgium. Here's an interesting question. Do they have to know that it's electric? Right? They care about things like, does it have turn signals, brake lights, windshield, seat belts? But do they care whether you put a 350 V8 in it or whether you put a forklift motor in it? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see it'll be interesting to see if I even have to take it to the DMV, because in Utah now, we don't need safety inspections. It's 1970. It shouldn't have needed a smog check, even if it had a gas engine. But if they want to do an emission test, I put out more CO2 than this car does. No, I did not manage to use the packages yet, Tommy. Not yet. Well, yeah, if they do, it depends on the year. Cars need to go to pass test every year in Belgium. Well, but what year? At some point they stop. 68 Riviera? Are you kidding? That's beautiful. Pinky. That is a great car for a conversion. Oh, my kids are home. Oh, good. That probably means we're going to wind it down. What are we going to do about stickers today, guys? I have not sent out stickers in a long time. Oh, I've been bad. Annual mott test. Oh. Trying to decide if they're fighting or not. Other things, batteries are you thinking of using? So the batteries that I have remodeled are, I'm using a lithium iron phosphate battery pack that I bought custom from China. So I'm using 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries, and I've got 30 of them. It's a 30S. Right? She's got a sweet ride. I mean, that's a sweet ride. A 68 Buick Riviera? Come on. That's a great, I mean, if you already have like some sort of beefy motor, then before 70, okay. Exempt before 70. Yeah, I don't know when the cutoff is, but if they want to inspect it, I don't mind. They're not, I can't imagine that they're going to say, oh, no, you can't drive this on the road. It's electric. Yeah, we'll see. It's a show car. I mean, I'm registering it as a classic car that drives, less than 100 miles a year. So, yeah, kids destroying the house while dad is streaming. Yeah, pretty much. I hear him out there. You're welcome, Ned. I'm glad you got them. Oh, that reminds me. I got stickers back from the same person, and I think I have the wrong address. I don't have them with me, but you have to remind me this weekend. We'll look at them. We'll see whose they were. So, anyways, yeah, lithium iron phosphate batteries. It's got a BMS in it. What supplier did I buy the batteries from? I bought them from RJ Energy. Yeah, these guys, RJ Energy. And the cells, I believe, not the 200 amp hour ones, they're the 100 amp hour ones. But anyways, they made it, they put it in a box and put the BMS in it and stuff. I think what I'll do next time is buy the BMS separate. So mine looks not too different than this, other than they put it in a box. Actually, I opened it up and took the seals off and stuff and filmed it. So I've got tons of footage eventually to put together for this bug stuff. But mine's something like this. Mine's 96 volts, 100 amp hours, lithium iron phosphate. So, and then it's got a BMS as well. It's got a BMS, and they put it in a nice box for me. So they were good to deal with. The battery, I think the battery itself ended up costing $2,600, but then it was like $400 to ship it here. So coronavirus jokes. Hey, Ron, how's it going? Yeah. Love to do an electric conversion with an old Land Rover. You can convert anything. It is, I'm excited to, at this next chapter in my maker evolution, maybe I could call it, my tinkerer, my tinkererness. I still love smart home stuff. I still have LEDs. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to keep doing some things with all that stuff. But getting into this electric car stuff is fun. And I just want to make it, a little better every time. I was talking to Zoe last night. So Zach wants to drive this bug to school. I think that's great. We'll let him drive to school. It's 2 miles away. Drive to school, drive back. If he gets a job, drive to his job, maybe come back. And then Zoe wants one. What she wants is the new Beetle. And that's the kind that, so that's what I'm doing next. I know it's kind of early to be already talking about what you're doing next, but that's what I want to do next is one of these. The trick is I have no idea I would need a manual transmission, but I have no idea what the motor and stuff looks like inside of this. So before I buy one, I'm going to take a good look at it and make sure that there's going to be room under here because I assume it's front wheel drive. And so I assume that the transmission is up here in the front. And so I would have to make sure that the motor could fit and mount to the transmission up in the front of the car like that. Once I take all the crap out, yeah. A Defender would suit an electric conversion. What's a Defender? I don't know what that is. What range am I going to get out of that? Not a ton of range remodel. I'm going to probably I'm hoping for 35 miles. But they're lithium iron phosphate batteries. So you can really drain them pretty low and you'll still get several thousand cycles out of them. If we drain it, if we only use the top bit of it, and charge it a lot, just in the 80% or whatever, we should be able to get, they talk about 5,000 cycles. That's plenty. You make my own custom motor or transmission adapter, you buy one. I made it, Red Eye. I made it. That's why Pinky was making fun of my welding. Yeah, you don't think I saw that? I saw that. Yep, I saw it, Tyson. When it's all said and done, I don't know, man. Because I'm going to, I've got body stuff to do to it and fun tinkering things around to do with it. And I probably will add another battery pack to it at some point. No, not a video yet, Red Eye. I'm working on it. I want my first video of the bug to be the first test drive. My master plan for videos for this bug conversion are get it on the road in the next week and film that and then do a short video about, hey, I made an electric bug. Here's some of the highlights of it. And then I can go back and edit stuff that I already have and add little bits to it to show what went into doing it. And then we'll do another one. Yeah. Google Land Rover Defender. Okay. We'll go 10 more minutes and then we'll cut it off. Land Rover Defender. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I do have, eventually, this is my beauty. This is my baby, right? I've got one of these that's blue. You guys see it sitting in the driveway. Looks a lot like this one. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. It looks like this one. Yeah, something like that. I've got one of these and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Eventually, when the motor does die, and it probably won't die for another 80,000 miles, but eventually when it does die, it'll be electric. And I may do dual motors. I may put 2 motors in it at that point. I really want to make it, affordable so that somebody who would normally be able to normally be able to restore a car with, a few $1,000s and a whole lot of elbow grease can do it electrically. So that's really what I'm aiming at. I'm not aiming at, we can spend $20,000 and have like a fancy show car. No, I want to spend a few thousand, something that's in a lot of people's budget, and make it affordable to take a cool old car and make it electric. That's what I want to do. All your car guys and girls, D1 Minis, Note MCUs, bring them on. Tasmoda, oh yeah. Yeah, so those engines weren't great. Well, that's the other nice thing about those new Beetles is that they weren't great either. Right? Come on in. I hear him outside. Hi, baby. Come in. We're just getting ready to do sign off. How are you? How's school?
Good.
Yeah? What are you up to? Do you have gym? Holly had gym. You had gym already?
No, I'm going to have gym after Holly.
Oh, after Holly. Okay. Ugh. Even a car that you just love. I'd love to do that with a van for the family. Yeah. Good lithium batteries are about $1,000 US. Anyone can give me a hint where I can find information on using Max 192 ADC with ESP Home? I don't know. Hopefully, Nicholas. Hopefully somebody can. Gotta work out add ESP Home to the Buick. Hey, Pinky, talk to Tyson because we added ESP Home to his work truck. He had a work truck, and we put a D1 Mini in there and had sensors. He had sensors already for the doors or for the windows. Like he had side opening things and a back window and LED lights. So you can do some stuff, and you make it so that it'll work. I mean, the way it works with ESP Home, it can have a web UI, right? So you can connect to it directly from your phone when you're in your car. And when it's home, it can connect to your home, and it can work like a presence sensor to know when you're home, when you're not home, right? Like the garage door openers do.
Do you want to press
so that
the
would be
button
awesome.
for sign off?
I don't know if the button's gonna work for sign off, baby. Let's try it. Let's see.
That's sign off.
Yeah. Photo sensor voltage drop interior lights. I remember this video.
Why don't you go tell everyone?
Okay, yeah, go tell them. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't know why. It's probably because I think Decons needs an update or something. We were setting it up on the dash. Yes, that's right. That's right. We were going to have a light on the dash that was going to change colors depending on which ones were open. Got your presence detection working flawlessly with Unified Network. Fantastic, Jerry on. Fantastic. Anyway, to add Ring doorbell to HomeKit. Good question. I don't know. I know that Home Assistant has a Ring component. I don't have mine in Home Assistant, but I know they have one. Need to move that automation to Node Red. It'll work every time. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, Blade. When we talked about making, doing like a series, let's make that the next one. Let's do that because I need to get it to work every time. I don't know. The problem is that there's several steps to it that might be broken. It might be decons and the Zigbee part. It might be the Amazon Echo part.
I got Sarah.
And it might be, hey, Sarah, and it might be the automation in Home Assistant. So I don't know for sure. Got your turning icon working. We have been successful, everyone. We are ready to go. Oh, you want to see yourselves, don't you, girls? I'm sorry. You can't see yourselves. That's why we're here.
Sarah.
There's Sarah's eyeballs. All right. Need to remove ring to local only. Okay. All right. I got my little compadres here. I am happy that we had a good stream today, right? Be careful working with Blade. Have you seen his icon avatar? Be on your best behavior. How do you join Discord? Somebody help Alex join Discord. We could get you there, my friend. We can get you there. Node Red is the devil's software. That's good enough. The whole shell would light up. Put RGB strips on the roof. Who said that? Smash that like button, everybody. All right. So, are we going to do a funny song? Are we going to do
my earrings are green.
Oh, your earrings are green, so they're disappearing? You got holes in your neck? Good stuff today. It was good stuff.
I have holes in my ears.
Wait, you do it. So do I, though. Right here.
No.
It's where the sound goes in, right?
No holes through my earrings. There's no gummy bears anymore.
No gummy bears?
No gummy bears.
Oh, what's that, baby? Was that?
Fishies.
Oh, a fishy. Okay.
Fishies.
All right. Send the stickers to Pinky Wafer. That sounds good to me. Stickers for Jenny?
Bug.
Stickers for Jenny. Yeah, the bug, huh? Be
I
careful
like the yellow one.
Be careful when you yell, because this microphone's really good.
Daddy, what one is in?
Ooh, remote start? That would be cool. That would be cool. We'll have to do that for the bug. We'll definitely have to do it for the bug. Second, okay. Pinky, you get the stickers. I gotta write that down though. Gotta remind me because I forget. Pinky stickers. All right. Okay. First, we got to do sign off. How do you guys want to do sign off?
Oh well, let's do a beep beep. Mickey. Oh, no, we already did that last time. No, when I was here.
We're gonna do beep beep.
Yeah, like for like a.
Because of the bug. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys can get seen in here. Come and get ahead of me. Get in front of me. Your headphones will explode. Did you guys see my sweatshirt? I made this one myself. All right, let's get in here. And don't yell too loud, but let's do it. Ready? You two do it, okay?
As always, thanks for watching. Till next time, adios. Honk, honk.
Beep, 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 beep. All right, guys. Have a great...
episode called? What is that?
This one?
Yes.
It's called Not Going to China. My Not Going to China to-do list. That's what it's called.
Good.
So you can look it up and you can see yourself, right?
Okay, not going to China.
All right, guys.
That microphone called?
This is called a Blue Yeti microphone. All right.
What's his name?
What's his name?
Yeah.
The microphone?
Bill.
Yeah, Bill? Bill the microphone. Okay.
Okay, you gotta put googly eyes on it.
Oh, I need googly eyes on the microphone? Okay.
Yes.
Have great timing.
I'm
Sorry, Nicholas. All right, guys. Have a great Tuesday. We should do normal stream time this Sunday, okay? We'll see you there.